At the start of the season, the Chicago Bulls really looked like a finals playoff lock, or at least a team that was going to make the semifinals and make a deep run in the playoffs. But as of late, Chicago Bulls have really started to look more like a play-in team. And whether that has something to do with the organization, the players, the team themselves, or if this is really just something that has nothing to do with them directly, that's what I want to talk about today, and how I think that if this is going to be a long-term situation or if they'll be able to turn around in the playoffs, which are coming in the next few weeks here. So my name is John. This is the Sports Advocate. Today we're going to be talking about the Chicago Bulls, my favorite team, and the playoff aspirations and all that stuff. So first off, I want to talk about record throughout the season. Just to really show you how much worse it has gotten as of late for the Bulls. So the first 10 games of the season, they had a 7-3 record. The next one, or the first 10 games, 7-3. The next 10, 13-7. Then 20-10, 27-13, 32-18, 39-21, 41-29, and currently the Chicago Bulls are sitting at 42-30. So they are still sitting at 12 above 500. So the record itself is a very good record. But just to talk about some things. So through the first 60 games here, the Chicago Bulls were 39-21. Only having one time where in that within the 10 game stretch they were sitting at 500. That is after going 27-13, they went 5-5 over the next 10 games. They had a 32-18 record. These past 10 games, from game 60 to game 70, they went 2-8. They went from 39-21 to 41-29. They went 2-8. So we're going to be talking about kind of what's going on throughout that. A couple quick stats for the season itself. Their biggest win streak was 9 from December 19th until January 7th. So right at the beginning of the season, that was right during the DeMar back-to-back game winners on the last day of the year, first day of the year, back-to-backs, all that stuff. They had a 9-game win streak, which is all pretty good. Any team that's on like a 10-game win streak or something around there, that's a very good win streak from any team, good or bad. If you see that, no matter who you're playing, that team's probably doing very well at the time. The biggest losing streak was 5, which is good news. I mean, you never want to have a losing streak more than like 2, if we're being honest. But even like a 5-game losing streak isn't too bad. You've seen the schedule kind of sometimes. I'm sure you've seen with your favorite team, there'll be a stretch of like 3 to 5 games or whatever where it's just really tough competition. I'm not exactly sure who the competition was. It was February 26th until March 7th. So this was just recently. And I do want to say that was like the Miami Heat, the Bucks, and then those are my two guesses because I know the Heat, Chicago Bulls played the Heat semi recently here. So and with a 5-game losing streak, it's not really too terrible. You know, say you got like 2 top tier teams that you're playing. Okay, so let's just do an example right now. So say you play the Heat and the Bucks. Okay, those are 2 top-tier teams in the league. You lose to both those, you're not too worried. Now let's say that Heat game was a back-to-back game. Okay, and then the next game might have been against a worse talent, maybe like the Thunder. There's a good example of the Thunder, some worse talent. But when you're in a back-to-back situation, you're going to be worn out. You're going to be tired. So okay, so you lose that 3rd game. That's not too bad. Now say you go against a team that's right at 500. Hornets, perfect example of that. You lose to them. Yeah, it sucks. Now you're on a 4-game losing streak. It sucks. But, you know, hey, they're a decent team. And then you get one really unlucky one, and you just lose to another bad team or a good team, you know. So it's not too terrible when you go on a 5-game losing streak. It sucks. It's draining as a fan. You know, I understand, especially the last 10 or so games going 2-8. It was crushing. Every time you tuned in, you were ready to tune out at like halftime because you were just getting mopped, you know. But, you know, 5 games is not too terrible. What is terrible, though, Chicago Bulls are 2-18. Let me repeat that. 2-18 against teams with at or above 600 wins, like percentage. So 500 you're winning equally to losing. So above 600, the Bulls are 2-18. That is something that you never want to see from your team, from any team, unless, I mean, that stat's like a lottery pick kind of team, 2-18. So what that does tell you, though, I mean, with the record being 42-30, that does tell you that the Bulls are winning the games that they should be winning consistently. Okay, and that's good. But you got to, especially if you think you're going to go play in the finals, you think you're a championship contender, you got to be beating those teams that are technically as good or better than you, because that's who you're going to be facing in the playoffs. So you hope to have them figure that out here in the coming weeks as we enter the playoffs. And the first round, as long as they hold, I think right now they're fourth. It is March 23rd right now. I don't know when this video will get posted, but just for relevance, I think they're fourth. So you're still a top seed. You're going to be playing a lower level team. Someone like the Raptors, someone like the Hornets, something like that. So that's fine. The Bulls just beat the Raptors 2 nights ago, I want to say, at the front half of the back-to-back, and now hold that series 3-1 for the year. So if you play the Raptors in the playoffs, you're not too worried because you already beat them 3-1, and now you got to beat them 4 times before they beat you 4 times. But you got to figure it out, and you got to go win some games and against tougher competition, especially in the playoffs, because there's no way you're going to get so lucky that you're going to win that first round and the rest of it's all going to be upsets throughout the whole league. Like, you're going to face a team that is better than you and have to beat a team that's better than you to go win a championship. Like, even if every single team except for the Bulls has an upset in the first round on the East, the West, you still got to face the West in the finals. So whoever the finals have, they have a 3 seed, then they probably got a better record than the Bulls, and then you're in the same boat, and you just don't want to see that. So the Bulls got to figure some stuff out, and we're going to go over some stats here real quick. So kind of like the players, it's tough. I think part of it is the players and just not going out and getting it, and like cooperating very well. So Zach Levine is 24.5 points per game. That might be a little different because I don't know if it was updated from last night's game. And if I release this a little bit farther down the road, then that stat will be off because there'll be more games. 24.5 points per game for Zach Levine. That's 14th in the league. DeMar DeRozan has 27.8 points per game. That's 6th in the league. So you got 2 top tier point getters, okay? So now you're wondering, well, if you're having that, what's the issue, okay? So if we look at, sorry about that. If we add these two together real quick. Let's be nice. Zach averaging 25. We'll round up since he's at 0.5. DeMar as at 0.8. We'll round up. So DeMar's averaging 28, okay? So now you got 53 points from 2 players every night, like average, okay? And normal NBA game, probably get about 100 points, 120 points, somewhere around that, okay? And if you're getting 53 points from 2 players, that means the rest of your team has to get, 60, okay? And you're going to win games. There's not many games that go to 130. There's a few games that go to 120 for both teams. So you just got to find some extra support, extra scoring. I think Kobe White is 3rd on the team in scoring. No, he's 4th. I think Vooch is 3rd on the team. So there's options. You just got to get everyone clicking at the same time. I think that's the biggest issue. A lot of times you see all these players, they're averaging good numbers, but they're not doing it at the same time. So you're seeing like Kobe goes and scores, 26 when Levine is hurt and like DeMar's not doing great. So Kobe scored 26, say, okay, that's great. But now the next game he's got like 12. So he's going to have a better average because of that really high one. But it doesn't do anything because he's not doing it when the other teams are doing well. And I think the biggest thing there is So they're averaging both similar numbers, but they're not working together to get it. They're running one-on-ones constantly to get their points. Like they're fighting each other to see who can get more points instead of working together to see how many points the team can get. And like if you're a point getter, you're gonna get your points. You will. If you miss it one game, you're gonna get it the next game. So it's gonna be fine. But I wish they would just work together. I wish DeMar mid-range is just phenomenal. Zach Levine, three-pointer, phenomenal. Why not drive, DeRozan, pump fake? Okay, I can't get it. Go like this, and then kick to the corner. Zach Levine, three. Zach drive, toss the oop, Zach dunk. Or say DeMar does Zach, kicks to Zach. Zach pump fakes, doesn't get the three. Down to the block. Vucevic goes up, gets it. Vucevic's been pretty hot lately, but they're not feeding him. So go ahead, send on to Vuce. Vuce can't get it. Vuce kick out. Who else is next? Okay, Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams just came back. Give it out to Williams. Who knows what Will will do? We haven't seen him play in a long time. So he only had 6 points the other night. So you don't want to get too high in Will with him just returning. But even kick it to Will, and then he kicks it to Caruso and Javonte Green or whomever. Like, there's options, but they got to move the ball. I feel like it consistently goes, DeMar gets it. DeMar goes, I'm going to score this time. I'm not passing it no matter what. I don't care if I get doubled. I don't care if I get tripled. I'm shooting it. Because, yes, he has confidence. Yes, confidence is great. Yes, it is. But you got to have to have options, and you have to use those options, especially when you have people as talented as Vooch and Zach, who are both all-stars throughout their years. Next up, Vucevic has 11.4 rebounds per game, 7th in the league, and that's a big thing. Everyone's talking about the team needs to go get rebounds. A lot of people are happy about Tristan Thompson. He's been getting his rebounds. But Vuce is 7th in the league with 11.4, and he's getting rebounds. I think the biggest problem is that people think that he doesn't get them at the right time, but like, I know the team struggles with second chance points a lot, but when Vooch is expected to be the only one that gets the rebounds and the other people aren't diving in the basket, he's going to get outboarded every once in a while, and they're going to get second chance points if everyone's not crashing, and I feel like oftentimes there's only like 2 or 3 people crashing, and I think that's the biggest thing. Vucevic also was averaging 17.9 points, which is 40th in the league. Okay, and that's very good. You're getting 18 points out of your post, but you can get more. How many times in that first half does Vooch have like 14? I think there was a couple games back earlier this week, Vooch had like 12 or something in the first quarter, and I think he ended the game with like 16 because they just wouldn't feed him. They were like, oh, Vooch is playing really good, but now I got to go get my shots. And I just wish they'd feed him, because he could be averaging 20-something right now if they just fed him. But even now, Vooch is averaging 18, okay? What I say, Zach and DeRozan averaging 53, okay? So now we want to add, 18 to this, so 53. Now we're at 60. Now we're at 71 points from your 3 starters, and I said 120. You're going to win most games if you get 120. So now you need 120, which is like still very high. Even if you got 110, you're probably winning a decent amount of games. You need 30, 40, 50 more from everyone else on the team. All whatever, how many? 8 left. You're probably running 7 people. You're probably running a 10-man rotation. I don't know. Billy changes a lot. But okay, even 5 more people to go out and get another 30 points. Like, you should hope that that's possible. That's 6 points from everybody. Like, that's not too hard. You go hit 2 threes. Alex Caruso goes hits 2 threes. Who else? Kobe White hits 2 threes. Boom, easy. Javonte Green goes and gets 3 fast breaks. Easy, it's pretty easy, and most of the time you're ending up with somebody, one of these 4th stringers on the team with like 12 points. So there you go. Now you don't need someone else to go get 6 because one person has 2s. So now you need 3 more people to go get 6. So it's just the team needs to cooperate more. The team needs to work together. I feel like that's a big struggle. It's all about me. I got to go get mine, and then you'll go get yours instead of, hey, everyone, let's go get this win. Everyone's going to get theirs because we're all good enough to go do it. So next up, I want to talk about injuries. This is running a little longer, a little bit of rant. It's just I'm a huge Bulls fan, and this sucks. I haven't covered a lot of NBA yet. I do have another NBA video coming Monday, I think the 28th, so you can look forward to that one. That one's going to be about the length of the season. But next up, we got injuries. Lonzo Ball, point guard, starting point guard. Io did a great job of filling his shoes. Kobe had a good stretch there too, right at the trade deadline. But Lonzo is a big deal. He's a big difference maker. There's really no timeline on his return yet. He's played 35. He's missed the last 30 games. And that is tough to see. I mean, you want to see your guy that you just paid out to go get and traded assets to go get. You want to see him play, especially with how great at defense he is. We just got Alex Caruso back. He's a great defender. He helped a lot. But Lonzo makes a big difference. Getting Alex Caruso off the bench would also be a huge help. Patrick Williams just returned. He'll be a big help on defense. So hopefully defensively this can help. Bulls did get blown out last night against the Bucks, but it was Patrick Williams' first game back. There were some struggles trying to fit him in, especially with Alex Caruso just coming back recently. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and the Bucks are one of the best teams in the league, even with their bad start to the season. So, I mean, I'm not too worried. I want to see Lonzo back soon. Don't know if he will. I heard that he used the times table to possibly return before the playoffs start, but that's a little hopeful. Next up, Williams. Like I said, he just returned recently, but he missed 65 games. He only played the first 5 games and then got injured. So he's coming back. Hope to see him start getting back to where he was defensively. And scoring-wise, he's never a huge scoring threat. I think he had 6 points last night, and he's averaging somewhere right around there, like 7 on the year through 6 games now. But I think he's going to be a big help on defense, and I think that's kind of the point of having him. Zach Levine missed 13 games. That's not good. You want to see Zach play. I heard that there's a chance of resting him the rest of the year. I don't know if they do that now, but you hope to see him stay healthy. I'm assuming he's probably going to end up needing some form of surgery or something like that in the offseason. And the Bulls still need to sign him, so you got to wonder if they'll do like a prove-it deal, 1 year, 2 year with Zach, if he does need the surgery. So, sorry if I don't got a lot of energy, just tired in general, and also tired of the Bulls lacking recently. Next up at the end here, we got extras. Bulls show cards too soon is what I got written down right here, and I think what I meant by that, I got a couple of things. Yep, okay. They showed their cards too soon. They put all their plays out. They showed what they're capable of. Early season, they were just really dominant. But I think they might have shown too much. I think people are figuring out ways to stop them from doing their things. Not a huge pick and roll team. I think they could be with Vucevic, but I think a lot of the ISO ball stuff has gotten figured out, and defenses are just getting better at covering that ISO on DeMar, covering the ISO on Zach. And I think that's a big reason for the struggles. And everyone's talking about Billy needs to make some decisions earlier in the game, change some things. And I don't know if he can. I think there's no new things that he can really add. I think all the teams have gathered the information that they need. And it just sucks because Billy's a great coach, and he was in the running for Coach of the Year for a while there. And now he really isn't. And people are saying, oh, he needs to make decisions and change things. But I just don't think there's any changes he can make. And there were some not smart people, probably just like bandwagon kind of Bulls fans. They're saying fire Billy, he's not doing enough. This team would not be a team without Billy. We wouldn't have got DeMar without Billy. And, I mean, that's a huge thing. We wouldn't have got Lonzo, wouldn't have got Caruso. There's a lot of people that wouldn't have been on this team without Billy Donovan. So he should not be fired. I think he still next year can do a lot for this team. And this year he still can too if the team gets healthy and the team gets rolling and working together. Lastly, I brought this up. Feed the hot hand. All the time it's Vucevic, but oftentimes you will see other people get hot and it just doesn't move. And I think it does start with DeMar. I'm a huge fan of DeMar, but oftentimes if DeMar is not doing great, he tries to do the Kobe effect and force his own shots, and he'll just disregard whoever's hot. Zach Levine will get hot. Zach will be knocking down all his threes, and then he'll stop getting three-point attempts because DeMar's trying to shoot all his mid-ranges. And sure, they're going in consistently, but if someone's hot, feed them the hot hand because they're probably going to be more consistent than you are. They're probably going to make more shots, and when you get somebody going and you get them confidence, the rest of the team's going to gain confidence. So when you see Vooch with 12 in the first, feed it to him. Maybe he gets 48 throughout the whole time and he gets 12 every single quarter. You don't know, but if you don't feed him, you don't give him the chance. And if he has 4 points in the next 3 quarters, it's probably not because he was doing bad. It's probably because he didn't feed him. And sometimes Vooch struggles to shoot, and sometimes he's just really good at shooting. And that goes with everyone, and you got to give everyone a chance. So that's my rant. The video goes a little longer than I want. I wish I had a little bit more energy. But it just struggles and it sucks. I hope the quality was pretty good. I know when I first started, it almost sounded echoey, and the mic was really loud today. I don't know if I was holding it too close. But yeah, I hope the lighting was good. I switched to a different spot. I got my little sports wall. There's another one behind you that has all my football stuff. But here's my sports wall. I'm a big boxing fan. I did watch the Eddie Hall fight. I was hoping for Eddie Hall. Obviously, that didn't happen. Thor was so good. Like tactically, like really professional, like an actual boxer, and he definitely deserved to win. I won't say that, but I was hoping for Eddie Hall. I'm a bigger Eddie Hall fan for World's Strongest Man and as a person, but Thor deserved to win that. So I got boxing. Oh, excuse me. I got my Chicago Bulls poster right here. Got Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Michael Jordan. You know, the vibes. Some Harley Davidson, some Sturgis, Vegas Golden Knights up there in the corner. I got a monster truck thing, and then behind you, which you guys can't see, is all my Chargers stuff. I got an LT Pro Bowl jersey, a bunch of other things over there. But yeah, so there's my little thing. I might start doing it out here more as long as the audio sounds good. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry if I didn't have a bunch of energy. I'm going to do better on the next one. I got a video coming out on the 28th about the length of the season. I'd assume this video will come out before. It might come out after. I'm recording a bunch at the same time. I also got a video coming up on the AFC West. A bunch of crazy stuff going on. Tyreek just got traded to the Dolphins, if you didn't know. But I'll bring that up in that video. I also got a Vegas one about the first season, the inaugural season. That's going to be my favorite video I make. That's like the main video I want to make when I first started, and I'm going to make that one as good as I can. That was also a big reason I didn't upload these past few days, is because I was putting so much effort in that. But now I'm going to record a bunch of videos today. Hopefully I'll get them out every single day or so. My plan is to post about 4 days a week. I know I went really hard when I first started. I was just trying to get eyes from the YouTube algorithm. But I'm looking good now. I think I got a couple hundred views. I had like 1,000 impressions, which is very good. I had like 500 in 2 days after that last Vegas video, which is huge. But I'm going to keep going. I got a lot of ideas. So, yeah. Thank you for tuning in. I hope I taught you something. I hope I put a smile on your face. And you guys be safe out there. Sorry about the energy. I'm going to do a lot better in the next video. Be safe out there.